loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you don't know me, I am Farlie Solomons, and today I'm going to create a very soft glam for you, and I'm going to take you really slow through this tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is pay attention to my eyebrows, and the product that I'm using today is Maybelline Tattoo Brow Ink Pen, and this is a super cool product. And as you can see, it has these design on the tip. Oops, can you see? Hello? Okay, I need to go a bit closer and just cover it. Yes, this is how the tip looks like. It's super cool, and all I'm doing is I'm just going to raise my hair on the eyebrow and on the brow and just raise it up, and also it's just like you're fanning the hair up. It's just like, you know, you're raising it up, just going naturally with the natural curve of my eyebrow, and filling it up, and then also going close to the tip and fanning it a little bit more at the beginning of the brow, and then thickening it a little bit. Basically, I'm just going to darken it a little bit right from the middle towards the tip, but it's just going to look way natural than using a brush. So as you can see, I'm simply going upwards with it and then slanting the hair downwards. So it kind of gives you that bushy effect, but also looks neat. And then I'm simply going to add some loose powder at the start of the brow, just so that everything looks nice and natural. Like I said, I'm really going to go slow today with this tutorial, and my brows are done. That's super quick and it's super easy. It all depends on the products that you use, and I pick up something that is just convenient for me, I would say. So before starting the eye makeup, I always recommend using a primer. And by me saying using a primer, it's like using an eye primer. I know many who use also face primer on the eyes, but for me, I think eye primer must be used before applying any eye makeup. And all I'm doing is I'm simply dabbing a little bit of the product on the eyelids and just dabbing it until it dries up, and you know, it feels a little bit sticky when it's all well absorbed, and you know, you're ready to start your makeup. And for the palette, I have used Too Faced Natural Face Palette. Now this palette is actually having a blush and it has bronzers. So all I'm doing is I'm going to use all of these products on my face today, and instead of using an eyeshadow palette, I thought of just using this bronzer on my crease line. So Sunny Honey goes on the crease line. It's actually a bronzer, like I said, but it's a very soft glam, and I like using a bronzer on the crease line at times. So as you can see, I've used a flat brush. I've used a blending brush, and all I'm doing is I'm just going to blend this shade onto the crease line. And always in circles. I like to always go in circles and lift it up from the outer corner and just raise it a little bit up towards the tip of the eyebrows. I'm going to add a little bit more of this shade. The intensity totally depends upon you, how intense you want your sockets, how deep you want your sockets to be. Well, for me, since it's a soft glam, I just want it to be nice and soft and very feathery. So yes, and then I'm just going to add Starlight and Satin Sheets, both on the entire eyelid, starting from the inner corner, just going right up to the outer corner, and I'm just going to use the fingertip to apply it. Now this is a highlighter in this product, but I would like to use it on the eyes, on the eyelid. It gives a it has this, when you mix both of these shades, it just gives that beautiful champagne kind of a shade, which I love. And then I'm just going to use a flat brush to just place the shade well on the eyelid, and then going back with the fluffy brush, I'm simply going to diffuse everything well on the crease line, just keeping it nice and neat. And you're good to go. No, not yet. You're still not. You still have to do your face, right? So I'm done with my eyes, and for there's one. This is another palette that I've used, that is Too Faced Chocolate Gold, and I've simply picked Decadent from this palette. It's a very nice dark black shade, and I'm simply going really soft over the lash line and just creating kind of a wing, I would say. It's not kind of a wing, it is a wing. I'm just going to create a wing, and I have simply started the line exactly where my lashes begin. I'm not going to go really close to the inner corner. It's just starting from the place exactly where my lashes are visible, and then just going up towards the tip of the eyebrows. It's that cool. It's that simple, I would say. And I have used an angled brush just to create this wing, and it's really very simple actually to create wings. But like I said, I just didn't, I wanted to use, I like using eyeshadows these days because I just don't want, it to be, the line to be that sharp and thick. I just want it to be more diffused and nice, and at the same time visible. So since it's a soft glam, everything needs to be nice and soft. So do you agree with me, yes or no? And as you can see, I'm simply pulling it up towards the tip of my eyebrows and just thickening it a little bit. Just like that. Like I said, I'm just going to go really slow with today's tutorial because I just want to keep beginners in mind. All I'm doing is just thickening the line, and then just adding some concealer or foundation under the line that I've created, and just lifting it up so that I get that nice point towards the tip of the wing. Sometimes I use a concealer and sometimes I use a foundation, but it totally depends upon you, what you like to use. Today I'm using a concealer because there's no reason. It's just that it was quite close to my hand, and yep, so you can use a concealer, you can use a foundation, whatever suits you, and just keep it nice, neat and clean. And then I'm going back with Sunny Honey, and this goes on the lower lash line. Like I said, the intensity of the shade totally depends upon you. How dark you want the shade to look, it totally depends upon you. And then I'm going back with Starlight and Satin Sheets from this palette. I'm simply going to just use this on the inner corner and a little bit on the entire lower lash line. Just one sweep of this shade on the lash line. And going back with Sunny Honey, I'm simply going to darken this shade of the bronzer a little bit. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other eye. For the lashes, I've used Farlie Solomons. You could find this on my website, And the style is, this is how the lashes look like actually. It's super cool and it's super gorgeous. And this is the stylist. The stylist Drama Queen. This is available on my website in case you want to pick up this style. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to apply my falsies. That's my false eyelashes. I'm going to apply them. And to be very honest with you, though I am into, I have this on my website that I sell. I mean, I sell these lashes, but I literally shiver when I have to apply false eyelashes on camera, and it's not something that I would really like to hide. I would say I'm not a pro. I would like, if the camera is not facing me, I'm quick. But when I have the cameras and the lights on, I literally shiver while applying false eyelashes. And for the mascara, I have used YSL. And this is like one of my favorite mascaras, I would say. And if you see the tip, the brush, it has like an angle, and you see it's nice and angled. And it's really easy to apply on the lower lashes. It's quite convenient, I would say. And I love the angle because the angle gives you a lift on the upper lashes, and it's easy to apply on the lower lashes. And for the loose powder, I have used Kate Tokyo, the base 0. And if you see, it has a little bit of a shimmeriness and a little bit tint. I don't know, I don't think you can see the shimmeriness, but yes, you can see the tint. It's a beautiful tint that I really like, and I'm simply going to go with this on the entire face so that, you know, it looks nice and luminous. My face would shimmer. I mean, not shimmer like I look like a disco ball, but it will look nice and soft. So instead of going with just a normal loose powder, I thought of picking this up for today's look. And at the same time, you know, I'm just going to polish the look a little bit. Just like that. And then going back with Sunny Honey, like that's the reason I love this palette, because I could just carry one palette when I'm traveling. That's in case whenever happens. But I mean, this one palette does everything for me. So all I'm going to do is just warm that face of mine, you know, add some kind of I mean, you know, add some depthness, some dimension. I forgot the name, I forgot the word. Some dimension to my face, just adding a little bit of that Sunny Honey on the hollows of my cheeks and my jawline. And it's a beautiful bronzer, and it's just not too much on the face. It just goes really very well with my shade, with my skin tone, and it's awesome. You know, a little bit on my forehead because I have a broad forehead. I just like to dab a little bit on my forehead too. Just applying a little bit more on the hollows of my cheeks because I want it to look like a goddess. I mean, I want this soft glam to look soft, but at the same time, I want it to look really attractive, and I want it to look beautiful too. So I'm just adding this bronzer, just, you know, because it's such a soft bronzer, I feel, and it's quite blendable. I love this shade in this palette. And a little bit on my nose. I don't forget to highlight, I mean to add to contour my nose. I don't like using cream products to contour my face. I prefer using a bronzer. This is how the face looks like. I love bronzers. I mean, I have a heap of collection, I would say, of bronzers that I use. I won't say heap, but you know, the shades and the products that I like, I do make it a point that when it's finished, I restock it. And for the blush, I'm going to use Pink Wink and Pink Sand. Now, this is a really super pigmented blush. And it looks quite pinky on my cheeks, but I don't want it to look pink. So I'm simply going to pick up my brush that I used the bronzer, um, the brush that I used for my bronzer, and I'm simply going to go over the blush and simply just mix it up and make it look a little bit more on the peach side, and just use another brush to just diffuse the shades really well into the cheeks. A little bit more of the bronzer on the cheeks. I have not picked up the bronzer from the palette. I'm simply using the brush because the brush has enough of the product in it, just enough for me to diffuse the pink from my cheeks. I'm simply going to use another shade. This is also Tropic Like It's Hot. The name of the shade is, and it's a blush, but it's a pretty blush. Again, going with the brush that I used for my bronzer, I'm simply going over the cheeks and just diffusing, the very visible pinkiness on my cheeks, which I really don't like. Yes, so I just like to make it look more subtle. And then I am simply going to add a little bit of loose powder under the blush and the contour that I've used, and the bronzer that I've used, and just to make it look more chiseled. I don't like when the blush is in this area, I would say. I do like it sometimes, but for this look, I just want this space between the jawline and my cheeks to look nice, neat and clean. So I'm just going to add a little bit of loose powder and just blend all really well and remove any lines that's visible, I would say, on my cheeks. Just like that. I am simply going to keep adding and diffusing, adding and diffusing, adding and diffusing, because I just want it to look nice and soft. And this is how the face looks like. It's super gorgeous. And let me talk to you about this lip shade. I love this lip shade. It's NARS and it's a super cool lip shade. It's a velvet matte lip pencil, and I'm so in love with this lip shade. I have no idea how I'm going to explain this to you because I've used this shade a number of times, and I am telling you, it looks so angelic on the lips. It's when I apply on my lips or in any way, it's a very angelic, I would say, lip shade, and I just love this lip shade. It's a matte and it looks so babyish, and this is the shade on my lips I was talking about. Oh, and let me tell you the name of this. It's called Take Me Home, and it's velvet matte lip pencil, and it's super gorgeous. This is how the shade looks like. Like I said, it looks so angelic. It looks so babyish on the lips. Super cool, I would say. Super gorgeous, just like the product. It's amazing. I am in love with this shade. And then over that, I need to gloss my lips a little bit. I'm using Dior Lip Maximizer Lip Plumper. It's such a sweet little sorry. It's such a sweet little pretty bottle, I would say, but it doesn't do the thing that it has to do. Unlike Too Faced lip injection, it kind of plumps your lips a little bit, but this actually, unfortunately, this doesn't do that much, I would say. So I just use it like lip gloss. And it's super sweet. This product just looks super sweet. It smells good. It smells sweet, I would say, a little minty, but nice and sweet. And just going over the lip shade. Well, I think But it's up to you if you want to gloss up your lips a little bit. For me, I think I shouldn't have. It just looks too much for this look. And then for the highlighter, I'm going to go with satin sheets and simply going on the cheekbone and on the bridge of my nose. It looks awesome because it's super pigmented. And I'm simply going to dab and diffuse it a little bit because I want everything to look soft on my face. Like I said, on the bridge of my nose a little bit, just the tip and the start of the bridge. A little bit on my brow bone, I would say, which I forgot to use, but now I'm going to just add a little bit and just diffuse it. This is how the look looks like. I am super happy with the look. I just loved how nice and soft it looks like. And I'm just going to diffuse the gloss a little bit from my lips because I think that was not really necessary. But yes, I loved this look. It's super easy. Like I said, I'm keeping bigness in mind, and it's really not too much. It's quite good. I would say, it's wearable. So this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys liked this look as much as I loved creating this look for you. You could follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Farlie Solomons and my Facebook is Farlie Solomons Makeup Artist. I shall see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.